This is day 4 of our European tour, October 2009. We drove from Paris, France, 2.5 hours in the bus down to a place called Tours. The first thing we looked at was the old cathedral, which was destroyed by a fire in 561 and rebuilt a few times after that. And the building itself is part of the more modern cathedral, which is still old, but it's called the Basilica St. Martin, and the entrance to the newer building is just there. After that, we had a free time in the city and we had a lunch at a souvlaki restaurant, which was delightful and memorable, to say the least. Then we walked around the medieval district called Vieux. One of the old street signs said Rue de Grand Marche. That was full of old houses. When I say old houses, and shops. And here's Linda standing out in front of the Leonardo da Vinci restaurant. Here's a close-up of the restaurant. A man sitting there watching us take a photograph. And of course, Leonardo up in the top window. The town of Tours is predominantly a university town, and it was established in the 5th century or thereabouts, and has a huge amount of old houses from the 15th century, as well as some older stuff. But in amongst all these old houses are these 15th century Gothic-Renaissance buildings. Most of them have this timber facade built in 2 parts. A timber frame on a wood, slate or brick base. Most of the shops in this area were really colourful and typical French treats. This is the marketplace Plumereau, and obviously they have market stalls and outside cafe and coffee seats. And here's a portrait selfie. After the Allied forces pushed back the Nazis from France, this town was pretty much taken over by the Americans. About 25,000 American soldiers came in and out of this town, and they actually built some factories for making American uniforms. The Prime Minister at the time was, I think, Wilson, and this is where the name Pont Wilson Bridge comes from, and the bridge is over the river Loure, one of 2 rivers in the Tours area. The other river is on the southern side of the city. We had a quick look at this Hotel Gouin, the 15th century mansion before it became a hotel, and you can see some artwork in the forecourt in front of the entrance to the hotel. So we got back on the bus and we drove past this place, which was the Tours City Hall, and it was a former hotel, and its original name was Place Jean Georges, if you can pronounce the French name. Then the bus took us towards Bordeaux. The video was produced by myself. This is the end of another exciting video of day 4 of our European tour, October 2009. We visited the city of Tours on the way to Bordeaux.